Hello to all my YouTube viewers and subscribers. I prepared a little bit of a video on supplies and media for you. A lot of people when they're watching my videos say, well, what kind of brush is that? What kind of paint are you using? What kind of ink are you using? So hopefully this video will answer a few of those questions for you. And keep on asking questions and making comments because it helps me know what to prepare for you. See you in the YouTubes! A lot of times for these demonstrations I'm going to be using a Pentel color brush. It is a cartridge brush, very snappy, responsive fiber, acrylic fiber brush. There are a number of fountain pen brushes like this that you can carry around. They're portable, but they're not necessarily good for final work or work on dark paper. I'll be using wash mostly for that, designer's color mixed with white, which makes a nice opaque medium to use on any kind of paper, depending on if you mix it in a light or dark hue. But I'm mixing it up pretty much to the consistency of thick cream from the tube. This is how it comes out of the tube, kind of like a toothpaste consistency, and then you mix it down with water so it's water soluble. Now you can also use watercolor with brushes, of course, and Marilyn will talk to you more about using watercolor. It's quite expensive and it is to be used in a translucent way. And there are various kinds of acrylics that you can use that you also mix with water, but once you use them on any kind of surface like cloth, they are permanent, so that's good for that. They're also permanent in your brush, so you need to make sure when you're using a non-water soluble medium like acrylic that you're washing your brush out very well at the end and washing all the pigment out. Ink is, of course, used with a brush, sumi being used for Asian calligraphy and other Asian inks. There's also acrylic ink. There's more about all of the usage of the media in an extended media section on the DVD. So I'm adding some water to the gouache to get a consistency that's about that of thick cream, although you can use it the thinness of watercolor, or thicker if you want a very dry brush effect on the paper. And that way you can use just any color you want. The best brush for applying the gouache is a springy, fairly long bristled brush that stays pointed when it's wet, and if you torque it or get it out of position, it just springs right back to a straight position. That's the best kind of brush to use. Of course, there's a wide variety of brushes available on the market, and handmade brushes that will give interesting effects you might want to try. Let's just cut it there. But here's some information about brushes, and this applies to all brush calligraphy. It isn't the cost of the tool or the exact brand of the tool that makes your letters look the nicest. It's actually the snapback quality. So here is a Simply Simmons brush. It's acrylic, fiber, inexpensive, but it has what I want in a tool, which is when I go around a curve and put some pressure on it, it snaps back to the original paletted edge. There's a very expensive pointed brush, a Raphael, over $30. When I go into a curve and bring it back, it snaps back to a point. So it isn't the amount of money you spend or the brand you choose, it's the snapback quality that you want. Okay, we're going to wash some brushes that are dirty. These brushes have had acrylic paint in them. First I'm just going to rinse the most superficial paint out. Acrylic isn't the best thing for your drains. If you can do this outside, it would be good. Then I'm going to get a little bit of soap in the palm of my hand. And I'm really going to mash that brush through and through with soap. See, I'm really bearing down and splaying out the fibers. And I'm going to rinse it all down. Go through that process once more. Now I'll keep doing this process until the pigment, the soapy pigment, will get paler and paler, and eventually it'll run clear. I'll stop using soap and just start rinsing it. It'll rinse out the soap, it'll rinse out the pigment, and I'll see that the brush is clean. See, just a little bit of white soap there. So I know that is clean. I'm going to shape it into a nice chisel, and I'm going to let it dry flat or upright, not this way, but at least flat. A lotus bowl.